Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another thrilling episode of the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast, the first one for 2026, Don. To my left is Dr. Don Wynn, an expert psychologist you know and love from Twitter. He's sequestered right now in his Hulk Hogan Mega Powers Randy Savage t-shirt in the ranting room.
Sweatshirt.
Stately Wayne Manor, a sweatshirt. What effing difference does it make?
I have sleeves.
That's good. You can wipe those neckbeard's tears dry with those sleeves.
Oh.
Good times.
By the way, everyone, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. We hope everybody has had a great holiday season. As you can see, the tree's gone. The festivities have ended, and now it's time to gear back up and get ready for the new year and all things wrestling, all things work, all things life. So I'm ready to do it, Bottles.
That's
I
good.
thought we had a great 2025. I do want to thank everybody for watching, for listening, for tuning in, for all your support. It means the world to us. It's I never thought we'd get to where we are now, to be quite honest. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun than watching wrestling sometimes, be it AEW or WWE. I can say that much.
They're firing off Florida men, firing off residual fireworks.
Yeah, we had some going off last night. As soon as it
Yes.
hit midnight. It happens. Doesn't bother me. Everybody's going to have a good time. Celebrate your own way.
This afternoon, a guy fired off a cannon and set his trailer on fire.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I want
Florida.
more stories like that out of Florida,
Yes.
man. Yes.
Absolutely.
I need that to happen regularly once a week. Someone in your area has got to shoot off a cannon and set their trailer on fire. I need you to update me.
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. They sent out a rash truck, whatever the hell a rash truck is. The fire department did. I have no idea what that is. I didn't have a chance to Google it. I just saw it on the local community message board. Trailers on fire. Wasn't that a Winger song? Trailers on fire.
Might have been, but I don't think
know.
the cannon was involved. Cannon's all shot and the trailer's burning down. Where's my cherry pie woman? Turn that ass around.
You just melded like 5, 6, 7, 8 hair metal songs on one line. That was great.
Trying.
That was fantastic. Absolute bliss.
It's been nice getting away from wrestling. We're going to do a little bit of a different show today, chat. We're going to do the best of, worst of, highlights, lowlights, and sort of intertwine all of the ongoings of the wrestling world in with our best of, worst of moments, because there's a lot of change coming in the coming year, and we're about to wind up for the one and only, the great WrestleMania season. You know the big push is coming.
Yes.
You know that main drive is coming. The storylines are going to kick up. You're going to get more attendance. You're going to get more people screaming. You're going to get more fans pissed off. Happens every year. They're not pushing my guy. Why aren't they pushing my guy? Get over yourself.
I've got a great example of that. We'll talk about that later on in the show.
Okay. I did see that the pay-per-view for AEW was last week. There's a lot of fallout of that. I want to talk about. I'm going to get into that with some of our notes. The big thing I did want to talk about out the gate is it is the first of the new year. And the contract with Peacock is gone for the WWE. And you and I went online a couple hours ago and said, well, let's look and see what the landscape of the pro wrestling world looks like now for WWE. Where's their content? Where's everything at? I went to the Peacock site, and the WWE channel is vacated. It's gone forever. You're never going to get it again. It's just gone.
You'll get the occasional NXT, PLE, Deadline, I believe, is coming up this weekend, I believe. But that's it. That's all you'll get.
It kind of surprised me when I went in there because they still had the SmackDowns and they had a lot of Peacock NBC type specials, but the library's gone. And as a wrestling fan, I'm going to tell you, it kind of hurts me a little bit because they're moving most of it to the YouTube channel now. And here's why. On a Saturday afternoon in the middle of February when it's 18 degrees and raining outside, I don't want to do shit. And there's usually no football on a Saturday, or there is no football on Saturday. So that's what I would do. Is I would fall back, watch some old matches, take a nice little cat nap, and now I got to go to YouTube and hear 4,000 commercials if I want to do that now. So
exactly.
Just be on my soapbox.
You can get YouTube Premium, so that's $14.99 a month. No commercials at all. Not a single commercial.
I hear you. I pay for enough damn subscriptions as it is. God,
Denisha Lane with a $4.99. How you doing, Denisha, Happy New Year to you, by the way. Merry Christmas, belated Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Hey, Don and Bottles, how are my two favorite men doing? Happy New Year's to you guys. Don, Chris Jericho's coming to WWE. Just be prepared.
Okay. So that's sort of the big news going around the world right now is that Chris Jericho's headed back to WWE for his retirement tour, I guess, or of his retirement moment, which kind of leads over to something that's bleeding over in WWE right now. AJ Styles' retirement is next year. He's made no bones about it. He's mentioned it several times. This is it. He's always said, at this age, I'm getting out of this business. I've made enough money. It's time to go home and spend as much time as I can with my kids.
Right.
How does that work when you bring in another guy that hasn't been there in eons and try to send him into the sunset as well? It's kind of, I don't know that this is, I don't see this, man. I just don't see this working out very well.
No, I think that maybe Jericho, there's at least 10 possibilities that they can do things with Chris Jericho. Yes. A couple of retirement matches, Hall of Fame for WrestleMania, an announcing position. Have him start out as an announcer and then get physical with somebody, or someone gets physical with him, and they have a match, a de facto match at a PLE. They could work it that way. 1,000 different directions they could go in with Jericho for 10 different type of angles. So we have to wait and see what happens.
I got to ask you, because I think we both agree on this point together. The point being, I don't want to see Jericho in some long, drawn-out story where he has a ton of matches. I don't want to see that anymore.
No.
He's too old to have these types of matches. We saw it this year or last year in AEW. He's been gone for a long time. I know there is a fan base out there that wants to see him wrestle again. I have no idea who they are, but I know they exist, clearly, because I see them on X all the time. I'm not a Jericho guy anymore. I never really was in that fan base. I never really was the guy that thought he was a main event player. It was one of those deals. If you liked him, that's fine. That's your guy. You enjoyed watching him. I never got on that bandwagon myself. I just wasn't that big of a fan. Well, you don't want to see him have some sort of a long storyline arc, do you?
No, for God's sake, no. Nothing like that. I mean, he could add a lot to commentary. He is entertaining when he wants to be, when they give him things to do, when someone is editing his material. He is an entertaining guy. In the ring, he's a shadow of his former self. He's a shadow of Lionheart Chris Jericho. So that's just the way it's going to be. Do I want to see him elevate a younger talent? Could they put him in NXT? Maybe. But the rumor going around is
I can't see that. I can't see him going to NXT.
Last night was his last contractual day with AEW, and he's available to be on Raw on January 5th.
There's a lot going on Raw January 5th as it is.
They want to make it a big show.
And we might as well talk about it now. So the big thing on Raw that's coming up is you're going to have Braun Breaker going for the World Heavyweight title against CM Punk. And this is the one thing I've kept involved with while I've been on vacation, is keeping up with that story and keeping up with that angle and watching the promos on that. That's the one thing I have watched while I've been on vacation. For the most part, I've cut wrestling out other than what I've seen on the YouTube tweets and everything else. So they are tearing this shit up. They are absolutely ripping into each other. It feels like a classic dynamic for what they're doing. It feels like a classic old school angle. I've enjoyed it immensely. I personally have no idea which way this is going to go come Monday night. I really don't. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like WWE Raw Live is appointment viewing. You've got to see it so that you're not getting ruined by everybody that's going to be posted on social media as soon as it's over with. I will be watching that show live. I can promise you that.
Right. Same here.
Okay, good. So we're on the same page with that. There is some news I wanted to get to. This is going to come as a shocker to you. Vince Russo's in the news again.
Oh, he's.
You want to know what he said?
Yeah. Amongst many other things that he said, yes. What little turd nugget came out of his mouth now?
He declares, I will never, ever return to the WWE, even if they want to pay me millions of dollars. I can't believe it.
He's a goddamn liar.
He is. If they offered him $1 million right now, he would. Don, AEW really ruined Chris Jericho, but he really elevated with WWE, get more eyes on it. Please read. I did, but
She's
I don't
right.
see it, Denisha.
She's
I
right.
Don't see it. I don't.
She's
see
right.
It. Okay,
They'll tune in. They will tune in to see what he does.
What?
They will. People will tune in to Raw on Netflix to see if he's there. Number one, also to see what he does. That's what they will do. Yes.
What?
Yes.
I don't see it. But Vince Russo declaring something like this, it just makes me laugh inside because, dude,
he's the booker of Juggalo Championship Wrestling. So he'd walk away from that lucrative job of Juggalo Championship Wrestling. He'd walk away from a stale beer and a hot dog every week for scripting and being an on-air talent in Juggalo Championship Wrestling. He would walk away from that to take millions of dollars from the WWE. Perish the thought. Of course not. Maybe he and his wife could get off food stamps if he's goes back to WWE.
Hey, Vinny baby, the WWE's on line one. They've got a $500,000 job. I said I wouldn't go for millions. I'll definitely go for $500,000.
Same guy who said years ago, if he ever went back to wrestling, he would never be an on-screen talent. He gets hired by Juggalo Championship Wrestling to be the booker. Immediately from day one, he's an on-screen talent.
I can't. The ego on this guy, 20 years after he's been essentially out of the wrestling business, is fascinating to me.
I gotta say this. It's not a super chat, but I like this comment so much. Beer, they pay in Faygo. Remember Faygo soda?
Yeah.
That was the number one drink in the, I guess they're from Detroit, the Detroit area.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
I just, that cracked me up. I couldn't believe I read that shit. You've got to have a massive ego to think that. There's also a story on Batista.
Great guy. Go ahead.
Renee Dupree's co-host recalled meeting Dave Batista. This is on her Cafe de Renee podcast. When I first met him, well, the only time I met him, I was in Memphis and they were doing drug testing. They brought the guys in. I shook his hand. I almost passed out from his bad breath.
Batista?
Yes. Apparently, Batista is not a big brush your teeth in the morning guy. I don't know why, but that made me laugh.
I don't know how to react to that. Dave Batista has always been a POS as far as I'm concerned. When he made it big and his wife contracted breast cancer and was undergoing chemotherapy and all that, he decided to leave his wife and run around with all the different divas in the WWE on the road. Block Larry, thanks for the 2-spot, Larry. High five bottles. Thank you, sir. Great comment. Faygo.
I just found that funny, man, because have you
ever drank Faygo?
No, I have not.
Not bad. Not bad. If you like a sugary soda, it's not bad. It comes in a multitude of flavors.
I've had Jolt and whatever that shit was in the early 2000s, late 90s. I think it was called Surge.
Jolt, dude. Jolt was better than Red Bull. Jolt, 2 Jolts. Good Lord Almighty.
2 Jolts, I could fly around this house, man. No problem. No propeller needed. I'd be fucking elevating around this room right now.
Elevating and defecating. All that caffeine. Get you going.
Maybe so. Maybe so. There is some other news out there. I do know who this guy is. I've heard about him. EC3 is leaving the NWA.
What a shame.
I've actually heard of this guy. You're going to tell me you don't know who he is?
EC3, Ethan Carter III. He was in TNA years ago with Dixie Carter. He was brought in to be her on-screen nephew. So he was the big Nepo baby of TNA. He got all the plush treatment over in TNA. He also had a cup of coffee with WWE NXT. They called him up to the main roster. Vince hated him. He was relegated to standing around with his thumb in his ass in the background of all the shows.
I know that he's been around for a long time.
Yes.
And I know he does have a fan base. That's how I've actually heard of him, is because you hear people talk about this guy 8-10 years ago. His fan base.
His fan club had to break up. Did you hear about that? The guy died.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, there you go. Starting off 2026 with dead jokes. There we are. Back in the saddle. Been 2 weeks. Bottles has beaten that dead horse.
Like Nick Reiner said, I'll take a stab at it. Too soon? Is that too soon? Too soon.
OJ that said that.
Take your pick.
You take your pick. I'm not going down that rabbit hole again. I got one more piece of news. Somebody named Mercedes Martinez is walking away from wrestling. I have no idea who that is.
Like I told you on the phone, we talked about it earlier. She's 100 years old. I think she's 50 now. Great worker in the ring, by the way. Bad look. Got a kid. I guess she's got to take care of the kid. I think she's not married. And she was in TNA for a while. She was in NXT, and she got cut from NXT. They didn't see anything. They wanted her to be a trainer, and she didn't want to do that, to be a coach. So she went to AEW, and actually she got signed by Tony in AEW, and she got put on the back burner. A couple of matches in AEW. She worked too stiff. She's a real wrestler. She got moved over to Ring of Honor, of course, just like Athena. Got moved over to the Ring of Honor, and they never used her again. She sat home until the contract ran out.
Good for her.
Good walking away.
So here we go.
Oh,
it's time.
Lord. Yes.
Time to get to the awards section of the Squared Circle Maniacs podcast.
Do me a
Want to
favor.
get some of the news? What?
Save the best wrestlers for the
I am. It's last. It's last. Calm down. I've got
don't
it
get
in
excited,
order.
pal. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
The first I've got up on my list is actually a 2026 sort of preview.
Yes.
And it is the most likely to show up on a wrestling show full of vodka and bad ideas. My selection for this award goes to Chris Jericho because I think it's going to happen on Raw sooner than later, and I'm going to be hating life. I can't stand Jericho. I make no bones about it. That's my awardee, most likely to show up on a wrestling show out of their minds, hammered on vodka. Who do you got for me, Bob?
I got Ric Flair, pal.
You got Ric Flair. You think he could get back on TV?
They were going to put him on TV at that, what was that Dynamite about a month ago? They're going to put him on there, but he tore his rotator cuff. When they were in Charlotte, North Carolina, remember that show? He was there. He was going to be on TV. And they just used him to come out with Tony Khan before the show started.
That's right, they did.
Fans.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
even after
he was all ready to go. He's supposedly still under contract at AEW. So,
well,
wrap your head around that. Wrap your head around
I can't. I can't wrap my head around Chris Jericho coming back to WWE for a match. If it's a goodbye, headed my ass off to the to home. Thank you all for everything. Here's my Hall of Fame. That's one thing. I don't know, man. There's just something about it. You're
still hating Jericho. You're still hating Jericho.
It's going to happen.
I hate Jericho also.
2026. Okay.
I hate AEW Jericho. I liked WWE Jericho. Of course, Vince isn't there anymore. Vince was the filter. So who knows what's going to happen when he comes in?
Well, we saw that. We saw that in AEW. Like Vince really was the filter for a bunch of bad ideas. The last good idea he had was the list, in my opinion. And that was 10 years ago.
Yes, absolutely. What if he comes in, he makes a guy? He tag teams with a guy and elevates a guy. Like AJ Styles allegedly elevated Dragon Lee. You couldn't use Jericho in singles matches. You just can't use him in singles matches. He's done. But in a tag team match, maybe you can use the smoke and mirrors of WWE to hide his limitations.
You've got a lot of hope. You are smoking a lot of hopium.
Dude, I'm just saying, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So you might as well just roll with it and look for that silver lining.
No, sir. This will be shit on weekly from day one.
I'm sure it will be.
In 2026. Who do you think will make the biggest jump in 2026? I want to stay with this. I'm going to let you answer this one first. Who do you think makes the biggest jump? Anywhere in the wrestling world, who do you think's the biggest jump?
Britt Baker.
Really?
Absolutely.
I don't mean jump from promotion to promotion. I just mean biggest jump as far as fame, who they are. You know who they are. You want to watch them.
Up the card? Or just in pop culture, in entertainment in general.
In wrestling, Bob.
This is a broad statement. A broad topic in terms of
the wrestling world.
The wrestling world.
By the way, first drink. Here we go.
I would have to say, wait a minute. That's not the first drink of 2026 because I'm sure you were knocking it back at 12:01 last night.
Look, I said today of the actual day. That still counted as last night.
I woke up this morning, looked at my phone, 2:19 a.m. Don Wayne. What the hell's going on here? I can't believe I'm watching this show. I can't believe I'm watching this show. He texted me. I'm going, what the hell? I was in the land of Nod at 2:19. But anyway, good Lord, that's a broad stroke there, dude.
I put it down. 2026, biggest
2026,
jump.
the next big thing, basically,
pretty much
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's got to be Braun Breaker.
Okay, you think it's Braun Breaker?
Well, who
I
else
can't
could it
hate
be?
on that.
Who else could it be? Kyle Fletcher? Mark Briscoe?
Take my strong hand.
Kyle O'Reilly. It could be Kyle O'Reilly.
I think the biggest jump you're going to see next year, I think it's finally going to happen, is going to be Obafemi. I think that Saturday night's main event put him on the stage. I think you can't deny what that guy brought to the table. He looks like $1 billion damn dollars. He has the look.
Dude, he's not even 28 years old.
I know. It's time, and this is sort of where I was going with this is, I think it's time in the WWE where you start putting a lot more of your younger talent on the main stage in main rivalries, winning your big belts. Right. Obafemi is the first guy that comes to mind when I think of next year. When I think of who do I believe is going to close out 2026 with people going, damn, that guy, that's legit. That guy's going to be a star. That guy's a future world champion. We saw it with Braun Breaker, in my opinion, this year. He won the IC strap. Now he's already gone for the one of the main titles. I feel like that jump has happened. I think Obafemi is the next one in line to make that incredibly huge jump of stardom in wrestling. I like everything about the guy's gimmick.
We joke about him. We call him Black Lesnar, but he really is. The guy is a beast. Physically, the physicality of this man. He's actually wrestling with the next NXT PLE. He's wrestling against the, I believe, what's the guy's name? Leon Slater from TNA, a TNA talent. Is challenging for the NXT Men's Championship at the next PLE, which is held by Obafemi. He beat Ricky Starks. So,
which, by the way, TNA is coming to TV here in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to tune in and check that out. I'm going to see what they got. I'm going to see what they got. It'll take up a SmackDown.
Obafemi, I've got him in another category right now, but
okay, that's fine.
I just for Braun Breaker, he's made a huge jump.
Yeah,
he's made a huge jump into the main event scene. He's main eventing Raw January 5th.
Yes,
going up against Raw superstar, one of the elite superstars in professional wrestling, CM Punk. Look, I got to ask you this question though.
Sure, go ahead.
I've never seen it online. Why is Punk wrestling in a t-shirt?
I don't know what's going on with that, but I did see online where Kevin Nash came after him, calling him a fat body or something, and said, if you're ashamed and you got to wrestle in a t-shirt and all this other shit. Need I remind you, Kevin Nash wrestled in fucking overalls,
right? Where
the strap came up over his chest. What is Kevin Nash talking about here? People have wrestled in singlets and t-shirts everywhere. He does hate CM Punk. You're right.
He does. Because CM Punk hated him.
I don't know where that's coming from, but it's too many it's too funny to me. I'm sorry. All right, got the next one here, and this is sort of going to tie into the pay-per-view and the PLE mindset. Most likely to never change their gimmick.
Most likely to never change their gimmick.
Yes. You want me to go because it's going to tie into something that happened last night.
Lord. Would it be Tony Storm?
I don't have Tony Storm as mine, but is that where you're going?
I'm thinking about it because I don't have that on my list.
Let me give you mine. It's MJF. And last night's show, because I only saw parts of it, I didn't watch it all, but I swear to God, they are repeating what happened from 2023 into 2024 all over again. At the most recent pay-per-view for AEW, MJF won back the title, being the same smart-ass commenter that he always is, with the same attitude, with the same swagger, which is fine, but suddenly he's a babyface. And last night on the show, he re-debuted the AEW title again as the Triple B again.
Right.
We have seen this before. This doesn't feel like anything fresh. It doesn't feel like a new idea. I swear this is how it feels to me, Bottles. It feels like Tony Khan reaching back in the past, trying to grab any sort of momentum that they used to have, that used to work, and pushing it into this year in hopes they can get back that viewership that has just dropped off a cliff in the past couple of years.
Have you seen Collision from this past weekend? Last week,
like 206,000. Yeah,
217. Nobody's watching that show. Nobody. It's laughable at this point. You could put an infomercial for the Ronco cheese straightener for an hour on TBS, and that would garner more viewers than Collision.
And when I say change your persona, change your gimmick, look at all the different evolutions of The Undertaker. He stayed The Undertaker, but he changed his appearance. He had changed how he approached the ring. He changed a lot in how he wrestled. He especially changed how he wrestled. American Badass was another gimmick. He changed and evolved with the character. MJF now, 6 years in that I've been watching him on this show, maybe 7. I don't see a lot of evolution in this character. I don't see a lot of changes in this character. I don't see anything but the exact same character week in and week out. And last night with him re-debuting the same belt, I was like, this is the same shit, different year.
That's all it is. He's like you said, it's a rerun. He's trying to use whatever worked in the past and put it together in this potpourri that he's got going on. Mercedes Moné being the TBS champion, that wasn't working out. Toni Storm still staying in that gimmick, that's working out. She's more popular than ever as that. Moxley as a well, I think we're jumping ahead of ourselves here. I shouldn't say that, but a little bit. We'll cover that later.
So do you have anybody that you think is just never going to change your gimmick? You think it's Toni Storm? That's what you're
I think it's Toni Storm because she was floundering basically as rock and roll girl, Toni Storm, heavy metal girl. And as soon as she became timeless with this gimmick, she shot up the charts.
But you agree with me, right? You've got to do something with your character over time. You can't just come out and be the same person every day of every year. You've got to grow eventually.
It's got to, what they say, organically evolve.
Right.
You guys wait and see how the crowd reacts and go with different promos, different angles that you're in. Different opponents will make you organically evolve.
I'll give you another case of this is Steve Austin, right? Mm-hmm. Steve Austin, you go back and watch where he started out as, right? He was a mechanic in a tag team. Then he was a singles competitor. Then he became, what was it called? The ringmaster.
The ringmaster with like, DiBiase as his manager.
Yes. And then he said, I'm going to just be me turned up to 10. And that evolved to where even at the end, he was just hilarious. I never thought in my lifetime I would see Steve Austin being the funniest guy in the room. Him and Kurt Angle and that entire thing was absolutely gold back in the day, back in the early 2000s.
That heel gimmick, though, him turning heel, that I didn't care for.
Well, no, I didn't like him turning heel either, but he took the best he could with it. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
He turned it into gold with the what and everything else. So I want to just leave that there. We got to get into this one, though, because I think you and I are about to agree on this. Worst champion of 2025. Who do you have on your calendar?
Oh, probably Hangman Page.
Really?
Hangman Page. He is responsible for the huge rating slide of AEW. As soon as they made that son of a bitch champ, the ratings fell off a cliff even more faster than what they were before.
I'm actually surprised to hear you say Hangman Page is your worst champion of 2025.
Worst champion.
That's shocking to me.
Why is that?
Shocking, I tell you.
Why you say that?
I thought you would have had the same guy that I have here.
Who do you have?
I'll give you a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Hit, punch, spit in my hand, punch, super kick.
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso, I thought, was the worst champion of 2025, and it was so bad that they yanked it off his ass a month and a half, 2 months later, and gave it back to the guy he won it from.
Right.
That's how bad it was.
In a company standpoint, he moved a lot of merchandise. They made a lot of money from that little run that he had as a champion. They made boku bucks, and so did he, on merchandise. And he's still beloved by the fans for that freaking entrance that will never die. Hangman Page as a champion in AEW, there's nothing good you can say about it. Nothing good whatsoever. Great worker? Yes. Works well in the ring? Yes. A little too marches to the beat of his own drum. He won't listen to anybody else. Yeah. That's his biggest problem. But he's responsible for almost sinking a company. Flamethrower, Fluff Salisbury for $5. Thanks, Fluff.
Happy
Worst
New Year,
champs,
buddy.
Ohio State by my Hurricanes remedied that last night.
I
Canes.
watched that game, buddy. Let me give a shout out to Fluff Salisbury here. That was a hell of a game. That was a hell of a showing by Miami. The front line on that team got after it all night. They never stopped. And somebody check on Michael Irvin. I think he's still out of his mind. Good Lord. Congratulations for moving on. And Alabama just got smacked to the last game of tonight. Them Georgia Bulldogs going to pull it off, I think. So looking forward to that. Thank you, Brother Fluff. Please continue.
I was just ranting about Hangman Adam Page, how he's tanked. You could say he single-handedly tanked that company in ratings for this year.
He was bad, but here's my thing with this is how bad it went for Jey Uso this year as champion. World heavyweight champion, lost the title, regulated back to a tag team in 1 year. In 1 year, this happened to him because once he got away from it, to me, this is just me, Jimmy Uso is the more entertaining wrestler of the two for me.
Absolutely.
I think Jimmy comes off as more of the tough guy, whereas Jay is the jokester. That's how I see it.
I called Jimmy last year the good Uso.
No, yeah.
He's the good Uso. And Jay, I mean, I'm sure that he's a great guy in real life. He's a good jokester. He's a funny guy, but it just wasn't working. And he had that match with CM Punk where he was taking moves wrong from Punk, and Punk kicked him in the head to wake him up. Don't know what his problem was. What show was that on? Was that on a Raw? That was on a Raw, wasn't it?
I think it was on a Raw, yeah.
To see who was going to face Christ. Why can't I remember this?
Thank you for
the winner was going to face somebody else for the vacant Seth Rollins title. Right. So it was CM Punk wrestled Jey Uso in the final match, and he had to kick him in the head to wake him up because he was just out of it. And it's when that happened, it was just a downhill slide all the way. And now he's a tag team champ once again with his brother Jimmy.
That was the match where rumors were that Jey Uso showed up and was still hungover and / drunk from the night before.
Yes, right.
That's where those rumors started.
Right. Meanwhile, Jimmy is the one who doesn't have a driver's license because he's had 4 DUIs. He's the drunken Uso, and he's working out well right now. So who knows?
Denisha with the $4.99. Thank you. Donna Bottles. I don't think Britt Baker and Anna Jay Camille coming back.
Nope. They're not.
I don't think so either. Donna something that did something funky with your text. Ring of Honor. She deserves better than the main stage.
She's talking about Snooki Perazzo.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Snooki Perazzo was buried. Snooki Perazzo is buried in Ring of Honor when they want to use her. When they want to use her, occasionally. We've got Glenn Taylor, 1834 for $20. Thank you, Glenn. Happy New Year, guys. Thanks, on point regarding Uso. I wonder if he can recover. He's going to recover as a tag team champion right now. Good spot for him.
I think that's the only spot you can have him in because it's getting them both over. They can both come out to that. I don't understand. I get that he sold a lot of merchandise and I get that the kids loved him, but once that damn bell rings on his own, man, he just, to me, he can't do it outside of a tag team, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. And
viewers crashed on Netflix. Viewers were going down on Netflix.
Oh, yes.
He was the champ. Yes.
Yeah.
And they course corrected quickly. They took care of that. What's the Barney Fife line? The nipped it in the bud. Nipped it in the bud. That's what they did. Hangman Page was a champ for how many months? While the ship was just sinking, going down.
It didn't last long. It didn't last long, buddy. It was like he was a champion from August until October, and then that shit was over. It was a short run.
Yeah, they had to take it off of him. And how much merchandise did he sell? How many butterfly T-shirts did he sell?
A bunch, like at least 3.
At least 3. Yes.
By the way, I want to thank everybody for watching again. Happy New Year, everybody. We appreciate your support. Like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. We appreciate you. Who was the lamest wrestler? This is a two-part question. Who was the lamest? I'm asking the question here. Lamest wrestler for 2025. Who was the lamest? When they came on, everything they did, you just thought, God, what are you?
For the love of God. You know how many people are in AEW? I got to go through 200 people.
You got to signal one. You got to give me one.
Fat ass Mark Davis. Well, I mean, look, pal. When you're
no, go ahead.
If your dog swallows your wife's earring and you're following him around in the yard and you're picking through things and finding all types of matter, which one's worse than the other?
I hear you. That's why this is a two-parter.
Fat ass Mark Davis, I would say. He's horrendous. I remember Kota Ibushi broke his leg ringside, and the ref is checking on him. The ref's trying to call for medics, and fat ass Mark Davis runs out and starts choking him, punching him in the face.
I'm gonna get him.
Mark, I broke my leg. I broke my leg.
Bullshit, pal. You're gonna eat this.
Don't tell me your sob stories, pal.
I got
too heavy, Mark.
Different.
Mark, you're too heavy.
I got something different than you. I'm gonna let you guess who mine is.
Oh Lord, who could it be in? What company could it be in?
I'm not gonna tell you. Give me your guess. 3, 2, 1. Guess. You should know this.
For God's sakes, Orange Cassidy. I don't know.
Nope. Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley.
Everything that guy does comes off as a cosplay. I want to be Stone Cold. Everything he does looks just unbelievably embarrassing to me as a fan. Between the woman slapping him in the ring, between everything else that he does, everything about his entire gimmick rubs me the wrong way. And it's the same match every time. They're going to roll around outside of the ring and battle some shit out, go into the fans, kick and punch each other, then come back. He's going to give you a pile driver again. He's going to give you DDT. He's going to do the nails down the back. He's going to do this thing like he's goddamn Axl from Guns N' Roses on stage. Oh, yeah. Everything about him drives me insane. It just does. Hidley, Happy New Year's. Don and Bottles, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you too as well.
Well, he wrestled Headgear Alexander from the Don Callis family last night, and it was just, you didn't even see the match, and you just described it. It was almost a half hour of garbage. A half hour of Jon Moxley's greatest hits. And how did Jon Moxley win the match?
Choked him out.
Yes, he did.
Did he really? Get the fuck out of here. I completely guessed.
No.
Which, by the way, we got to touch on this real quick.
He's taking on, by the way. For the Continental Belt next week on AEW, Trevor Johnson from the Applebee's on Laguna Parkway is going to be taking on Jon Moxley. Commissioner Rhino, $9.99. Thank you, buddy. Kendall Gray from NXT Evolve is a future star. Happy New Year, brothers. Yes, she is. Yes, she's got the seal of approval from John Cena, by the way. He said, call her up now.
Ron, that's the word going around. Thank you so much with the hot take.
Yes.
Good shit, pal. Appreciate you. So that's what I'm going with. Just, it's the same shit. By the way, he won the Continental Classic tournament, by the way.
Yes.
And then he had a rah-rah speech at the end of the whole thing.
Sounding like Stone Cold Steve Austin, I might say.
Congratulating all the guys that work so hard in this company when the entire point of the Cracker Clan was to bring about the downfall of what AEW was. Was it not? Did I miss the boat?
You didn't.
So now he's praising the same guy that 4 months ago he said were the downfall and why AEW sucked and was in the shit it was in.
No more Jon Moxley running the Death Riders. I believe they're going to have Jack Perry come in and be the leader and change the name of the group to the Dick Biters. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying, pal.
I have no idea where this is going. I don't understand the Continental Classic title at all. I've made that very clear because they had them join with the Atlantic title, whatever that piece of shit was. What is Kadoshi Kashushki, whatever his name is, running around with around his waist? What does that title mean now? What is that title? It means nothing.
Who?
That's why John Moxley is just my lamest wrestler of the year. I'm sorry. Worst online presence for a wrestler. I think we both know the answer to this one.
Yes. Finger shake. Finger shake.
Yeah. Everything this guy does is just, it's ski marks in your underwear at 8 years old, embarrassing. Nothing this guy does ever gets over as far as I'm concerned. It's all lame. It's all horrible. It's all cringe all the time with this guy.
It's easy. I mean, you can say good things about skid marks in your underwear when you're 8 years old. You can tell the front from the back when you're putting them on.
What is happening with you right now?
I don't know.
What are Jesus.
What the hell? That's what I said. That's my my new slogan for 2026. What the hell?
You're on your own. You're on your own. I think
Thanks.
We both had that one in the bag, so I wasn't going to spend a whole lot of time on this. Your worst wrestler 2025. Give it to me, Bottles. I need to know who your worst wrestler was. It's going to be no surprise to you. It's the same one I picked last year.
Oh, God. Who'd you pick?
Well, I'm waiting on you.
I don't have a worst wrestler 2025. I got a worst show. I got worst feud, worst angle.
Okay, that's fine.
Let me go worst feud. Let me take a
Worst wrestler 2025, the same as 2024. Nia Jax, can we please get this girl off the wrestling stage?
I've got one. I've got one for you. Go ahead. Why you want her
It's
off the
Nia
wrestling
Jax.
stage?
There's nothing about her I believe anymore. Everything she does, it's a wreck waiting to happen. It's a botch waiting to happen. It's a bad moment waiting to happen on television whenever she's on television. I'm sorry. It just is.
She
Go
peaked.
do something else.
She peaked in that match with Lana when she got dropped on the edge of the ring. And she screamed out those immortal words.
My hole! Thank you again, Ron. My hole!
I've got a worse wrestler for you. And you'll agree with me with this. She could be the runner. Honorable mention for this category. Honorable mention, worst wrestler. Marina Shafir. Footloose, as you like to call her. Footloose. The barefoot princess.
I haven't seen enough of her to give her that vote yet, but I will say this. At the pay-per-view at AEW, once again, they had intergender matches where she was allowed to beat up on, who was it?
You talking about last night?
No, on Saturday's pay-per-view they had. She was in that pay-per-view match. Well, she was in a match and she beat up on Hot Rod. She beat up on him.
Roderick Strong?
I believe so, yes.
Her husband. She's beat up her own husband.
Again,
I was going to watch that thing and it was too long, dude. I mean, AEW's pay-per-views are for a great cause, whether it's 12 hours, 24 hours. It's a great. I heard they raised $15 million for muscular dystrophy this past Saturday night. It's a regular telethon.
All right, I guess we're moving on. Rookie of the year.
You don't remember Jerry Lewis telethons?
Yes, I do. Rookie of the year.
Ahead. Yes, Rookie of the Year. Okay, I've got that. Obafemi.
Really? But he's not on the main roster. You're going to give it to him even though he's not on the main roster.
Is he a rookie?
I don't think so. I think for me to be a rookie, you've got to be on the main stage. But I'll let you go with it.
NXT is a nationally televised on a network, a syndicated network. It's a nationally televised show. NXT.
Hey, I'll let you.
Are we just ignoring the NXT shows? Okay. Well,
you do whatever you want, Bottles.
Go ahead.
Say whatever you want. I got a different approach. I got Stephanie Vaquer. as the Rookie of the Year. She was a known commodity. She wasn't seen all the time. She got skyrocketed this year, and for good reason. I've enjoyed watching her matches. I've enjoyed watching what she does. I thought when she came on the scene, I was like, man, is this language going to be an issue? And she's really worked her ass off at it. God bless her, man. I got nothing but good things to say about her. Thank you again, Glenn.
She wrestled professionally in Mexico for years. So I wouldn't say she was a rookie. Rookie to the American audience, yes.
Again, If you played baseball in Japan for 10 years, you can
Are you
still
a rookie
win
to the
Rookie
sport
of the Year.
of baseball? Okay.
Yes, you are. You can still win the award.
Who's the
So
best
that's why I
worker?
went
I'll throw one out to you. You're dumping
Best
all the shit in
worker?
my lap. Best worker. Best worker. Who's the best? I'm not talking about promos.
I know what you're
I'm
talking
not
about.
talking about being funny on camera. I'm not talking about gear, fancy outfits. I'm talking about who's the best guy or girl you see working in the ring. You say, I got to watch this match.
You're not going to like it. A lot of people won't, but it's Gunther. I believe everything he does.
I agree with you.
Power bomb he has.
I agree with you there, but there's an up-and-comer who used to have some great matches with Gunther, Ilya Dragunov.
I like him, but I got to see more from him.
When I see that guy wrestle, I used to watch him in NXT all the time. When I see that guy wrestle, or I know he's going to wrestle with a show, I got to watch this. That match he had with Carmelo Hayes the other night on SmackDown, great match. He lost his belt too, by the way.
Yes, he did. I did see that. Yes, he lost.
Yes, great match.
But yeah, Gunther, every time he gets in the ring, I believe everything he does. What was your PLE or pay-per-view of the year of 2025, Johnny Bottles?
I have to say SummerSlam. Great show.
Really?
I liked it better than WrestleMania. Yeah.
Kind of shocked at that. SummerSlam.
Why is that?
Why?
I liked it because Lesnar came back. I liked it because it was Cody versus Cena.
Okay.
I thought it was great. A lot of different moving parts of that show. I thought it was fantastic. I liked it better than WrestleMania in terms of wrestling in the ring, entertainment,
I don't disagree.
surprises, things like that. Yes.
I don't disagree with you there. I did like it better than Mania. I thought this was one of the worst Manias they've done in a long time. I wasn't happy with that show.
Because the stink of The Rock and Travis Scott was all
Which
over
we're
that
going to get to in a little while. I'm sure one of us is anyway.
Yes.
My PLE pay-per-view of the year was Evolution, believe it or not. Yeah. Hit it all you want. I know it's shocking because I'm not the biggest fan. They turned the lights out. They had a hell of a show.
A women's pay-per-view?
I'm telling you, I was as shocked as anybody was, but when I went back and I looked at the whole of everything, that was my pay-per-view of the year.
I have it on good authority right now. Block Larry will never talk to you ever again.
I'm sure he's throwing shit in his house right now.
He's like a chimpanzee. Jesus, wrecking shit.
What was your best weekly show? Mine is Raw.
Mine was Raw also.
I thought so.
Honorable mention, NXT.
I know you're a big NXT fan. I can't make enough time in my day to watch all of that. I just can't.
I like NXT because you see people you haven't seen before, and they're new to you. They've got a lot of good workers at NXT, and you never know what's coming next. A lot of surprises down there. Shawn Michaels is a good booker, as far as I'm concerned. What was your worst show of the year?
Pick a random Dynamite for the past 3 months.
Oh, I've got better than that.
Okay, go ahead.
Collision.
Well, you've got me there. I never watched those, so I can't judge it.
Collision is the worst. 217,000 people can't be wrong. They're the ones who are watching it. And they're just tuning in because they hate themselves.
Crazy? Do you know what's crazy about that to me? Is all of the AEW people that scream they're diehards, they're not even watching this show.
They're not even watching it. No, they're not even watching it.
Which brings me to the point that they just like to cry and bitch online, to cry and bitch and fight online. That's all they got. You're not actually watching the show. So
all right, here's an example. Shelton Benjamin's leaving WWE. F the Fed. F the Fed. He's going to come to AEW. He's going to be the heavyweight champion in 6 months. Guarantee it. He's going to be a world champ at AEW. He hasn't been a world champ at AEW. Who's the tag team champ? And now he's coming out. You figure Lashley's hurt. He's on the shelf. Right. MVP and Shelton came to the ring. When I came to the middle of the ramp, I would say, and watched Moxley while he was cutting his promo at the end of his match. And he was stomping around the ring. So Shelton would be the next guy to face Moxley for the Continental Classic title. Or whatever you want to call that belt, that shitty belt that he's carrying around.
I don't know what that is.
Whatever that, but the mystery belt.
You bring me to my next question. What was your tag team of the year?
Tag team of the year? AJ Lee. AJ and Dragon Lee. Great matches. Great matches. Have you seen their matches? Great matches.
I'm kind of shocked.
Buddy, You could bring the Mulkey brothers out of retirement. Special mention for the beer man. Mulkey brothers out of retirement and have them wrestle AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, and those two guys will make them look like $1 million.
I'm shocked that you said that.
Great tag team. Fantastic.
Mine was the Hurt Syndicate. I'm sorry.
Say that again.
I felt like the Hurt Syndicate was the best tag team. I know it's shocking, but I believe everything they do in that company. I believe if they tell you they're going to kick your ass, they kick your ass. Now, I can't say anything about the booking for having them lose to a 7th grader and his fat ass friend. I can't go down that rabbit hole and enjoy that. What the fuck was his name? Banditero or some shit?
Brody King and Bandito. Brodito was the tag team's name.
Yeah. God awful.
Yes.
Can't do it. Worst angle of 2025. I think we both agree this one. Rock and Cody Soul. Absolute dog shit. It should have never been allowed to happen. This was the worst thing that happened in all of wrestling in 2025 in the WWE, in my opinion. It was no dick biter, don't get me wrong, but it sucked.
He wanted to get in that boy's hole. You got to pay the troll toll to get in.
To that boy's soul.
To that boy's soul.
Boy's soul.
That's what I said.
I can't get past where that went from there and how long it took Cena to work to get back on the other side of that. Just god awful. And The Rock had no business getting interjected in this if he had no commitment to the company. If you weren't going to see this thing through, what are you doing other than trying to give your ego a shot because your movies are starting to bomb again?
If you're not building up to The Rock,
he did was trash.
What was that?
The Fighter or the dude
Smashing Machine?
That's the one.
He's trying to get nominated for a Golden Globe for that, pal.
Bullshit.
That's what he's trying to do.
Bullshit.
All I can say is, if you're not building to The Rock versus Cody Rhodes, then what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. What are you doing? What are we doing here?
We're going to bring in Travis Scott. Let's bring in Travis Scott.
Why? And then that guy just stopped showing up.
He stopped showing up. It was too tough. He didn't want to work out. It was too tough. He went to NXT, to the Performance Center for one day, one afternoon. And that was enough for him.
Next category. And we've done quite a few categories here. I'm actually
yes, we have.
Proud of
here, I got one for you right now. Let me do one.
Go ahead.
Because you don't have this award on your list. The Nobody Cares Award. What thing happened in wrestling news where nobody gave a shit about?
Nobody gives a shit award. Is it a wrestling match or just anything in wrestling, period?
It's wrestling related. It's concerning a wrestler. Ric Flair notwithstanding, because everybody's laughing at Ric Flair doing planks and shitting his pants in Florida bars. But it revolves around any individual wrestler may have done something in real life or
honestly, the Who Gives a Shit award, I'd give it to
you can do it. You know exactly who this is.
No, what's her name? Why is this escaping me now? Mercedes Moné winning all those titles. Who gives a shit? They mean nothing.
No, I got a bigger one for you.
I got that one because it doesn't mean anything, which, by the way, I want to go down this rabbit hole real quick. Why did you have her win all those titles only to lose the TBS championship and still have 8 of these other meaningless titles if the end goal wasn't to get the AEW World Heavyweight Women's Championship, only to relinquish your titles and say, that's it, this is the only one that matters to me? I don't understand where this is going at any point in the time now. I'm lost on this. I can at least make sense of that. This is dumber than hell.
I'll give you guys Revolution Pro. I'll pay you guys $25,000 if you just let her win the title, and then we'll feature your title on AEW television every week. That's probably the deal that was made with all these companies. And they're all thinking to themselves after a year, well, when are we getting that title back, boss? When are we getting that title back?
So who do you got there?
I've got Mick Foley.
Okay, yeah. He ended it up on a really bad note, didn't he?
The WWE's in bed with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump said a mean thing about Rob Reiner, the late Rob Reiner. So I'm not renewing my WWE Legends deal, which ends in June of 2026. I could just say, stop sending me those checks now, fellas. But that's what he's doing.
I'll never understand anything he was thinking there. Take the payday, get your money while you can.
Left his wife bagging a porn star. I don't know if he's still seen her or not. A porn star that he used to, I don't know, diddle himself to years ago. He's friends with. I don't know what their status is. He's running around with her, and I think it's a grab to get an AEW contract. Personally,
I think
he needs a cash influx.
I think it's more of a thing to get his name back in the news so that he can get some more bookings on these stand-up shows that he likes to do. Because I read that was starting to run thin, and Mick Foley is still trying to stay active, pal.
He's a hilarious guy telling jokes about shit that happened 25 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Worst feud of the year.
Dallas Page put cookies. He had cookies in his bed in the Motel 6.
If you haven't read the
Christ.
book, it's worth a read. It's one of the funniest stories ever. Worst feud of the year. I got John Moxley and Adam Copeland. That thing went nowhere, and it went nowhere fast. It took a nosedive in the who gives a shit zone. That thing was dead on arrival. I still don't know what the hell the point of that whole thing was. And it went from Adam Copeland with Bald and Gun FTR going against the Cracker Clan, and then they turned on him.
Bald and Gun FTR. And
the whole thing did a 180 and shit in the middle of the ring.
And then Christian got involved, and Christian decided to tag with Copeland to go up against Bald and Gun FTR. And then Copeland says, well, peace out. I got to go and film a TV show. Christian, I'll see you later. And you haven't seen Christian since.
Got a good one.
MJF and Jeff Jarrett. What the hell happened to that?
We asked that question for months. It just died on the vine. They just
what the hell?
It never happened.
I would have liked to have seen that. Of course, Jarrett would lose, but I would, just for the hell of it, I'd like to have seen it.
You and I were in very different camps on that. Very different camps.
It could have been a train wreck of epic proportions, but Jeff Jarrett can still go a little bit in the ring.
What do you got, though? Your worst feud?
It involved two women from WWE.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm just saying, could you guess?
Two women.
One was a champ.
I'm going to guess one of them was Becky Lynch.
No. Tiffany Stratton.
Oh.
And Charlotte Flair. It broke down into Flair going into business for him. Remember this? This is on live television. Repeatedly, Flair went into business for herself on live interviews, and shit all over Tiffany Stratton. Went off the script several times, different promos, and the infamous promo, hey Tiffany, why is Kaiser in my DMs? That sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes,
that one did go off the rails quickly.
Off the rails to the point where Flair shot on Stratton in the ring at a WrestleMania match. Who can forget that? Where she got her teeth broken.
Yes. Which, by the way, for everybody who watches the program, it's like, you guys are WWE fans. If you're not noticing, the ball goes back and forth. Bad is bad, good is good. Right? Right. Best feud of the year, I think we both have the same thing. Is it Punk and Rollins on your card?
Mm-hmm. Best feud, yes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Promotion of the year, we both have it. WWE.
Yes.
Same thing. Worst booker. You've got Tony Khan. I've got a tie.
Oh, shit. Who? Booker T and Tony Khan.
No. I've got something for him you're going to like in a minute.
Go ahead.
I got Tony Khan and Road Dogg Jesse James. That guy is going nowhere on SmackDown.
Horrendous.
It's an unwatchable show at this point.
Horrendous.
Nothing on that show grabs my attention. Nothing on that show.
Nothing. The only good things about SmackDown are the Dragunov matches, which is all over with now, and Cody versus McIntyre, the build for that. The only two things that are good, and he's probably not even writing that. Who do you have as most improved wrestler? Be a male.
No, I've got that most improved wrestler to me personally was Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Everything he did got better as the year went on. His in-ring work, his mic skills, everything progressed with what he did this year.
I got you.
What do you got?
I got a different guy. Javon Evans from NXT.
Yeah, no, he's great.
The guys, he stepped up his game. He's now being used on both shows, three shows, Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. Most improved, I think.
I can't take that away from you. He's had a great run.
Most improved female, Don.
That's easy. That's Maxine Dupree. She's come on.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, that was an easy one. I think everybody would have agreed on that one.
Who's your best announcer?
Announcer or sideline guy?
It could be either or. Best guy at the announce desk.
Joe Tessitore.
Think so?
Oh, yeah, by far. Not even close.
Okay.
Who do you have?
I like Joe. I think he's a little dry. I do like Joe. But I think an up-and-comer is Vic Joseph from NXT. He's the lead guy. I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. He's a play-by-play guy. I'll tell you why I think, and you're thinking.
He's off his meds.
Exactly. Vic Joseph can call a 2-hour show, a wrestling show with Booker T by his side. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I popped my D. Oh, yeah. Oh, but Vic. But. He could call an entire 2-hour wrestling show listening to that shit. It is, yes. Go. The man sitting to his right is driving him out of his mind. But he could call that wrestling show.
All right, I got one for you because here it is.
What do you got?
Worst announcer in wrestling today.
Excalibur. No. Tony Schiavone.
I knew you were going to say that.
Tony Schiavone. Honorable mention, Excalibur. Tony Schiavone is horrific.
I can't disagree with you there.
I got a topic for you. I got one for you. Biggest dick biter of the year.
Jack off Jack Perry.
Jack Perry.
Which, by the way, did you hear that Brontosaurus Rex is hurt again?
His shoulder, yeah. Jack up his shoulder. He's running to the ring in a sling.
That dude cannot not be hurt.
No.
I don't get it. You got one more for me, huh?
Honorable mention for biggest dick biter, Tony Schiavone.
That's very good.
He's doing whatever he can do. He will do anything it takes to stay in that company and draw that paycheck. He'll tell you that the sun is purple if it means he's going to still get that paycheck from your boy Tony.
I want someone to snatch that rug off Tony Schiavone's head before it's all said and done.
That would be awesome.
That's what I want to see.
I'd just love to see that.
I want to see that rug get crunked in the middle of the ring out of nowhere.
If we could,
because the first one that made a mention of it was Samoa Joe. I'm going to snatch that rug off your head. I was like, holy.
Somebody's listening to the show. Yeah, we said that. I said Joe's listening to the show. Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about MJF's rug? What about MJF's rug?
No, that wasn't a rug. Those are plugs, and he's using some serious hair dye now. Holy shit, dude.
That hairline is moved even further down.
I'm telling you, he's getting plugs, but that hair dye is for real.
Yeah, it is.
That shit was real.
Maybe he's going prematurely gray, and he had to go, and he's got the Dave Meltzer. He's got a quarter of the Dave Meltzer dye.
It looked like he took a paintbrush and was like, fuck it.
Yep. It doesn't even look real. It looks like chocolate icing on his head. It looks bizarre.
I agree. It looked just god awful, man.
Yes, absolutely. So what do we have left?
We got 2 left. I got female wrestler of the year. I want to hear yours.
Honorable mention. I'll start that first. Becky Lynch, and I'll tell you why. Because Becky Lynch will go and wrestle. What? Becky, you're already disagreeing with the honorable mention of Becky Lynch. It's not even the main pick. Becky Lynch will wrestle all these other women in NXT and SmackDown and Raw and elevate that up the card. That's why. You don't give a shit about that. Io Sky.
Okay.
What are you going to go with? Rhea Ripley?
Nope.
Maxine Dupree?
Nope.
Kairi Sane?
No. Stephanie McCool. She has been everything. I've already said it earlier. Rookie of the year. You name it. You name it. She's done it all. Even Beer Man loves her shit. She's over with the love.
Well, you know why Beer Man loves her.
I don't care if he likes her because she's up there shaking out
ass. She's struggling through some of these matches with some of these people.
You can say whatever you want. She's my wrestler of the year. Male wrestler of the year.
Gunther.
Okay. Don't leave it at that, huh? Just Gunther.
Gunther. His matches are appointment viewing. He's tapped out several times, twice this year, and it hasn't hurt his push or his run whatsoever. Not one iota. He retired John Cena, biggest heel in the company right now. People were screaming at him outside the arena while he's walking to his car. They had to get extra security. Biggest heel in the business right now is Gunther. And he just cuts a promo, and I don't like you. You don't like me. I don't give a shit. I'm going to kill this guy. I'm going to rip him limb to limb. He's going to tap out, blah, blah, blah. And whatever they say to him, whatever they scream out, he don't care. Gunther.
Okay. I can respect your opinion.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Go ahead.
I like Gunther. He's just not my pick for wrestler of the year.
Braun Breaker.
Nope.
Don't tell me CM Punk.
Nope.
Okay. What do we got?
John Cena was the wrestler of the year.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Say whatever you want. You even said yourself on this show. Hold on, because now I'm going to make eat your words. You said on this show, SummerSlam was your favorite pay-per-view of the year, or PLE, where Cena headlined. Cena took you on. It started.
Doesn't mean he's wrestler of the year. It doesn't mean he's wrestler of the year.
Yes,
that was the shittiest angle with the heel turn of Cena. It was horrible.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
It started off with everybody that's always said they wanted to see it. You should turn heel. You should turn heel. He turns heel. Not like that. That's all I'm saying. The fans thought they wanted this for so long. They thought they wanted Cena to be a heel, and he ran with it, and he ran down wrestling, and the fans were like, I don't like this at all. I like the other John Cena. He flipped the script and went back to being who they loved and closed his career on such a high note. I don't think it'll ever be seen again. I have never seen somebody go out on top like that, and I don't think I ever will again.
From 2006 on, he was the kids of that generation. He was their Hulk Hogan. That's who he was.
Yes.
That's who he was.
Yes. But again, that guy, that run he had this year on his way out the door, well, it'll never be topped. You will never top that.
Are the matches good? Or the angles good? The heel turn good? If he didn't turn heel, if it was a baby face the whole year, then maybe I could ride with what you're saying.
But that doesn't bother me. You take the good with the bad. And he took the bad, did everything he could with it, and the fans eventually said, you're going to change whether you like it or not. We're going to cheer the shit out of you whether you like it or not. And he flipped the script and went back again. That's just how I see it. That's how I see it. So that's fine, Bottles. That's our award show. I'm glad everybody could join us tonight. Thank you again for watching.
We all don't agree. We just don't all, agree.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, I can be right, you can be wrong.
I tell you what, I know one guy who thought that John Cena's heel turn sucked ass.
I guarantee he didn't.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.